Hello, Graveyard Talkers, and welcome to another episode of Graveyard Talk. And my name's Randy.
My name's Alex.
And I am here at Anderson Confederate Prison, which housed the Union soldiers. And this is part two. This is part two. We had some good questions in part one, so if you hadn't seen part one, go see part one. And we're here just over what they call the sinks. And this is the stream area that ran through where they got water. Out in the distance, you can see the small little building called the Providence Spring that popped up sometime while the soldiers were here. I don't know about it. My grandson told me about it. I knew of it, but I don't know any real history or information. He studied it knowing we were coming here. So to the spirits, we're on the, we are on the eastern side of the stockade wall. How many prisoners are right here where I am right now?
Had to think. We have
I heard full and I heard quiet. And of course, like I always tell everybody, we will listen to what's happening, what is saying. Sometimes the spirits have things to say to us, but they don't want us to hear it right away. They want me to listen to it later. Maybe they're shy. Who knows? We're coming up a hill. This hill had to be a bugger to climb when you were weak and hungry. I heard somewhat, and it was really dreadful. So I would imagine with 30 to 40,000 people here at one time, I don't know what the maximum number of people here at one time. I believe there was a maximum of around 45,000 people, and that 30,000 of them, or 15,000 of them died. My numbers may be off, so don't quote me on my numbers. But I'll get those numbers and I'll put them up here. But my God, there had to be little to no grass inside there. So it had to be nasty, slick. We know it stunk.
sounded just working on stuff in switch.
Did you have different names for different parts of the prison area? All right, so here we are, almost towards the front, a little bit more of the north. There's some monuments here. Last time I was here, I don't recall seeing the monuments. They could have been here. They could have been here for a long time, and I just don't remember them. So I know we're coming up here to the main gate. Spirits, you want to tell me about your remembrances of the main gate?
Let's drop.
Now this here shows this photograph was taken August of 1864 from Sentry Box just downslope from here. The photograph was A.J. Riddle, who was preparing a report for the Confederate government. Riddle's 7 glass plate negatives were apparently the only photographs taken of Andersonville prison during the war. Like a double exposure, the surviving photos superimpose the historic reality on a piece of ground, or reality on today's pastoral scene. Sorry for me to read, I don't have my glasses on. You are looking at the same piece of ground Riddle photographed. Now, you can see the deadline there on the right side. You can see the deadline, and you can even see the stockade on the right side. But to me, that doesn't look too crowded yet. We know there was barely places to live. They dug holes here so they could keep cool in the hot. So to the Union soldiers, did you know this photographer was here? Alrighty, we're just about at the north end of the stockade where the interest was. My understanding is they would march them in from the train tracks, and they would bring them inside. And when they opened up the gate, all hell would break loose. It was not peaches and cream in this prison. Some of the soldiers, Union soldiers, really became, I don't know what the doggone word would be. They were pretty awful to their own people. Venomous, yeah, I guess that would be a good word to use, venomous. What else? What would you have to say? If you were one of the prisoners here that came in, you came in these gates, what did you think when the gates were opened up and you seen the inside of the prison camp? Obviously, on the way here, you had to have heard stories.
You open up the house to tell us next. This to me.
How did you find shelter? Was it from the stuff that you brought yourself? Obviously, I don't think anything was provided for you.
Found a
Found a hole, boots. Now, what I am looking at here, which would be, let me hold that still, which would be right here, looks like small little stockade where they would put you if you were an escapee or something.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like maybe for your hands. What am I looking at?
walls. Difficult. I heard. And yeah.
The sign might say it up here around the corner, but I bet you that's where maybe somebody who escaped they were shackled to it. I don't know what the term for that is. So here we're going around the east side to the north side, and you can see the pigeon coop top here, where the soldiers would watch over the Confederate soldiers would watch over the prisoners. And I understand there were boys here, kids, and some of them shot them as well. Expanded stockades. Okay, I can't read it from this distance, but all right. If I'll research that before I put this up when I'm doing my editing, and we'll find out exactly what those were, because I don't know. I've only been here one time before. So here we're going around the north, and when we get done with this part here, we will go to the cemetery and do a quick video in the cemetery. You have any other questions, Alex?
No, I do not.
Okay. Alrighty. What would you like us to know? What would you like us to take away from your experience here at Andersonville?
Oh, all those every around, yeah. Capable. Never. 30. And I'm sorry.
So I heard never. So I'm going to assume it meant never, never again. Would you like us to remember Andersonville, or would you like it to go away?
There.
Oh, see
So Captain Wirtz, the commandant of the camp, he was the commander of the camp. He was executed. He was hung. Does his spirit remain here? He was hung in Washington, D.C. Did his spirit come back here? What do you think of Captain Wirtz? Tell me what you think of Captain Wirtz after all this time, 161 years. What do you think of Captain Wirtz?
Is it walking? No.
He came back here, right at the end. He came back here. Is his spirit here today? Sounds almost like I heard he comes back and leaves. So are you saying that he comes back and then I also heard in his home? So is he occupying two spaces at two different times?
Yeah, I mean,
Did Captain Wirtz get what was coming to him? His death, his manner of death, the hanging. Is that what you wanted?
Who would I get from our just something on this? And
Well, I heard distinctly in the beginning, go away. Go away. Who's the spirit that wants me to go away? I bet you that's Captain Wirtz. Alrighty. So I see a fence around a tree. I wonder if that's a witness tree. I didn't read anything about a witness tree, but if it is, I will put that up there. I know there was something about a tree also that they were digging on. But that would have been, well, that would have been inside the compound. That would have been inside the compound, but we'll see if we can't figure out what that tree was. Alrighty, so for the prisoners who died in the stockade, we're going to go over and visit your grave sites. Do you have anything to say here before we leave? I will let the spirit rocks run for about 30 seconds.
Excellent.
The great
Very much. Good night, sir.
enough.
See.
Alrighty, I heard the graves looked beautiful, and I heard something about Mr. Randy, so we'll have to see what was said about that. I thought I heard like something like "Thank you, Mr. Randy," so we'll see. With that, hey, I want to thank you all for joining me on the prison part, two-parter on this is the stockades, the prison, the area where all the Civil War, Union Civil War prisoners were kept down here. Horrible, horrible conditions. And like I always say, this is about talking to the spirits. So I don't talk directly to the spirits. I ask questions. If they want to answer, they answer. They're not talking directly to me. They're just answering. If you like what I'm doing here, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you got any suggestions or questions, please put them down in the comment section. I would really appreciate it. With that, I will see all of you on the next video.